Start streaming. Let's see if I am live yet. Yeah. Okay, I'm live. Okay, finally I'm live. We got some actually nasty storms out here, guys. We have some tornado warnings here in Mississippi and Arkansas. So we are going back live again, fam, because yeah, stuff's looking a little wild, I'd say. Let's go ahead and pull up our chat and get everything going. It's Tornado Pagey's actually chasing out in New Mexico, but our two tornado warning storms are here in northern Mississippi. We got one in Arkansas too. Yeah, these storms are looking pretty wild. We got some good hooks on them. We got good rotation on both of them. We got 2 areas of rotation on both these supercells. So it's looking a little wild here. Let me grab my other radar.
We found the end.
Yes, you did. I did too.
Let's connect to this one. Okay,
Yeah.
no, this one's just basically... Okay, this one's just barely touching Arkansas, so it's counting it as Arkansas. But yeah, our 2 tornado warnings are right here.
Look at her.
Best views on the Memphis radar right here.
Oh my god.
Got 2 pretty big rotating storms. Like I say, yeah, Tornado Pagey, she's out in New Mexico, so I am going to go jump out there and check in a little bit. We have some pretty strong rotation on these guys. These things look like they might produce a tornado here.
We're just on the back side of it.
We're right here near Coldwater and Senatobia in Mississippi, and they're heading east, heading towards Abbeville and Holly Springs. You got 2 pretty strong rotations here. It was very unexpected. I didn't think that we would actually get some more storms after all this, but we sure do. I mean, clearly see right here as this is coming down. Got a little hook on this guy, and we got some rotation. This thing might be on the ground as we speak. I mean, it looks like it might be on the ground. You can clearly see our area of rotation right there. Am I cracking, or is it? Are you hearing the hail hitting her car? I don't know if you were hearing she was hitting a bunch of hail. Is it still cracking?
Yeah, the gate.
How you doing, Tana? We're back. We're looking at 2 tornado warned storms right now. Yeah, let me know if it's still cracking, Astronomy Kid. Yeah, this thing might be on the ground. Oh, you're taking off. Get your phone charged, bro. Yeah, I think it's the hail too. She's not in the hail right now. I'm going to go look up and see where Tornado Pagey is. Wow, this one looks like we might have a tornado on the ground here in Mississippi, right by Senatobia, Coldwater, Bar, Independence, Wyatt. You guys need to take cover. This is a very, very looking pretty serious. Yeah, the situation is looking pretty serious. You got some strong rotations right here in this storm. It's heading southeast. And this other storm had a really good rotation here too just a minute ago. I don't think it's ready to give up yet. I mean, it's still rotating. I want to go out, make sure everybody's warned about this storm, because I believe this is in our threat for today. Let me pull up our SBC outlook. Pretty sure we're still inside our threat. Yeah, we just have a couple storms right in here, and this is where we're seeing the tornadic activity right here. Northern Alabama. Pagey is out in New Mexico. I think Pagey's on this storm, so we're going to go look at that. Northwest of Amarillo. Just chasing that one. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, this one's literally coming to Oklahoma, it looks like. The one that Tornado Pagey's chasing right now over here. This one's heading towards Oklahoma, but I mean, it's got a ways to go. But we also have another storm forming down here in Oklahoma City. Let me pull up the SBC outlook. Like we streamed a little bit ago when we had some big nasty windstorms go through, they went through Georgia today. I mean, we already have, where these storms are at, the power already taken out. So this is a pretty dangerous situation, to be honest, because A lot of these people already lost power today from the big line of storms, and now we got like tornadoes coming through. So this is getting pretty scary for these guys out here. Hurricane in Tbilisi? I don't know where that is, buddy. Not sure what you're talking about. What kind? Tibet? Or I don't have any way to pull up hurricanes on my radar site, sadly. I'm looking into it though. After storm season ends, I will look into checking out hurricanes and stuff. I'm gonna pull this one radar out here to New Mexico, the one that we hear Pagey on. I mean, it's just storming like crazy. He's right out here chasing this one. Pagey is MVP of the year, guys. She's been on every single storm. Little run. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one out to New Mexico. So it is actually has a severe destructive storm out here in New Mexico. Oh wow, yeah, this one's got a good amount of rotation on it too. So Pagey's chasing this one right now. You guys want to watch Tornado Pagey full screen? I have her linked in the description.
So before that tornado, I bet that's what we saw was a massive RFD hail dump just like that. Because you see how
So if it was to drop a tornado, it'd be like right in here. The rotation doesn't look super tight, but it's trying. It's trying to connect right there. Yeah, this is the storm. Pagey's on this storm right now.
I didn't hear what you said, so probably. I don't know.
Right out here chasing the storm. And this one might make its way to Kansas tonight. Not Kansas, but Oklahoma. A very good possibility of that. So we have 2 tornado warnings. Another storm that looks like it's trying to produce a tornado. And we have another storm over here in Oklahoma. Let's take a look at this one that's over here in Oklahoma. See what this thing's doing. It's just a tiny little blip still, but this thing is rotating. You got a little bit of rotation in here. Not a lot, but it's rotating a little bit. We'll keep an eye on the storm, see how big this thing gets. Oh, it's getting big quick. It's got some size to it already. I don't think it's a tornado threat at the moment, but yeah, these storms over here in Mississippi, though, are looking pretty serious. Spot back on these. Yeah, this one looked like this thing was on the ground almost. I don't know if we have a debris signature on it. I don't think that's a debris signature. It might be, but this thing really looked like it was on the ground just a minute ago when we checked the 3D view of this one. So you guys need to be careful out here. They haven't upgraded the warning or anything on it yet. Just a regular tornado warning, but the 3D view of this thing looks pretty rough. It still does. There's a very high chance this thing's on the ground right here. You can clearly see it coming down in there, and the reds and greens are really close together. A very strong possibility this thing could be on the ground. Yep, you know anybody in this area, let them know. We got basically a tornadic supercell coming through the area, and it looks like it wants to drop a tornado. It's looking good on all sectors. We got the velocities look a little more broad here, but you do see some areas of some tight velocities, right? In our inrot, we got really good. We got rotation showing on just about every single version that we look. The 3D view has really good rotation. Our inrot has rotation. Our velocities has rotation. I can't really confirm a debris signature yet. I mean, this could be debris. Might not be. It's really hard to say because it's really not concentrated or anything, but this thing looks like it's really close to dropping down on the ground. of our biggest broad area rotation right here. As you can see on the upside, wow, man, this really, we had an uptick right here in this latest scan. This is looking even stronger. See how we got brighter on the SRV. So this thing looks like it's getting stronger. Yep. Looking pretty nasty out here, guys. So this is heading towards Bar and Wyatt and Tyro. I think that says Tyro. Hello from North Carolina. How you doing, Monster Slam? How you doing, CZ50? Yeah, Oregon's like probably one of the rarest states to see a tornado, I think. This is in Mississippi. We're in North Mississippi, coming out of Arkansas right here. We have 2 tornado warning storms. And we have another one that's looking kind of scary over here that Pagey's on. I'll pull her up here in a minute. I just can't play her nonstop because I don't have her permissions. Okay, so over here in Oklahoma City, we have another little storm popping up over here. We're going to keep an eye on this one too here in the future. It's because, we're probably going to be streaming for a little bit right now. I'm going to have to readjust some of my windows too. I'm so sorry. I wasn't planning on streaming right now, but never know how the weather's going to be, right? Things get crazy and you got to hop on here to make sure everybody got the information they need. Okay. Give me a second here. I got to readjust this window for you guys. All right. So let's send this one back over to New Mexico. Yeah. We got a pretty good rotation going on here in New Mexico. Looks like we got a bit of radar interference on here, but let me I'll bring Paige up real quick because she's on top of this storm. Got a little bit of rotation on this thing. I'll refresh her so we're back. She's literally right on top of this storm.
Sorry.
It's right out here chasing this thing. It's in Union County, New Mexico. Interference is really messing with us on this one. We can't really see can't see the area rotation anymore because it's cutting it out. Our previous scan though, we can see it. We came out here and looked at it here a little bit ago, but yeah, we're getting cut out there with the interference.
I do. That's what I've had this pointed on.
Gilmer, Texas? I don't know. We kind of have some storms all over the place. Let's go on the national weather site so we don't have to jump around all over the place. We can kind of see all of our storms. All right. Okay. So, yeah, this is the one page he's on. We have another storm up here too. We got this little blip right here forming up in front of Oklahoma City. And our 2 nasty looking tornado warnings are over here, south of Memphis in Mississippi. I'm not sure where Gilmer is, buddy. We'll have to pull it up. I don't, unless you're up there by Amarillo. Let me pop back on our tornado warning storms really quick. This one's looking scary. This one might be on the ground. I'm concerned that this one's on the, I'm pretty sure this thing, yeah, this might be on the ground. It keeps uptrending. We have a really solid looking hook here. We have a really good 3D view of this. I mean, this thing's probably on the ground, guys. I think we have a really high chance of this thing being on the ground. It's heading right towards Bar and Wyatt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing's on the ground at this point, guys. They're probably going to upgrade this warning soon. Hopefully they do. Enrod's looking really bad. Let me get out my map real quick.
What is that? Just hail dump.
It's at Gilmer, Texas. There might be some storms out there. Those might be the ones that are stretching across. Those storms that are where this one's at, they might be stretching across to you. Let's take a look at that national weather map again.
Yeah.
No, looks like they're north of Gilmer, so you're down in here. These storms are up here, so I don't think you have any storms coming to Gilmer unless something else convects on top of you tonight. Hey, what's going on? JK MTB, how you doing? He was here with me last night when we had those crazy 120 mile an hour winds. That was nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Sure did cool the air off.
Yeah, this storm's looking really scary looking here. Big old monster supercell in North Mississippi. I'm almost positive we have a tornado on the ground here now. My goodness, this is pretty big too. Holy smokes. Our tornado would be like right down here between the red and the green, basically. Very close possibility of a tornado being on the ground here. I'm just waiting for the upgraded warning. Virginia.
It's gonna be chef's kiss.
Tomorrow, Virginia's in our threat tomorrow. I know that. You got a bunch of rain showers out here in Virginia. Nothing crazy yet. So we had this line of storms down here that's in South Carolina that was basically knocking power out. I mean, these storms did a ton of damage earlier today. Let's see if I still got my power outages up here. Yep. I'll refresh this because I haven't refreshed it in a long time. This was back at 6:30 when we had our last stream up, so this is about 3 hours ago. Holy smokes, that storm did so much more damage. My goodness. I mean, you seen the last refresh, just like right here. I mean, that storm did a ton more damage. That is unreal. I can't believe that storm did that much damage. Is it still taking out power? Oh my goodness, this storm is still kicking. So we got 29,000 people without power in Lexington, 16,000 in Richland, at 2,000. Oh my goodness. So this storm is still a threat, I think. Let's go back over there and look at it. Holy smokes. Yeah, the storm's right here. This is basically, this storm's still knocking out all this power here. But yeah, I don't think you really have to worry about this storm up in Virginia. Let's pull up the power outages again, because you see where the further north we go in South Carolina, it's not doing as much damage. Let's go look at North Carolina. So yeah, we don't really have anything going on here, so it's not doing damage up north, but my goodness, I cannot believe how much damage this thing's causing. I cannot believe this. This has just been an unreal day, guys. I mean, the complete north side of Atlanta, or I mean Georgia's been completely wrecked by storms, and it got way worse. We got over 50% of all the residents in northeast Georgia lost power tonight. Up to 212,000 customers without power in Georgia.
Have you seen the photos of the
71. Looks like at least they're fixing up Alabama. They got a lot of the power restored in Alabama. We're at 142,000. Just since our stream at 6:30, 142,000 people lost power in South Carolina. Not people, this is houses.
Yeah.
142,000 houses lost power in South Carolina.
Have to go down Bob's Road.
And I'm pretty sure we have a tornado on the ground right here.
we did it. We almost streamed down.
You're in Spartanburg?
It was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have a tornado on the ground right here, about to hit bar, so these guys really need to take shelter. It's not tornado warned yet, but yeah.
That makes up for it.
Cairo, bar, get in your safe place. Pretty sure we have a tornado on the ground right here.
That's how I think about it, at least. Oh yeah.
Pretty sure we have a tornado on the ground.
Oh, chef's kiss.
We have really tight velocity signatures here.
Oh, that was crazy.
Pretty strong looking one too.
No, that lightning that literally came down. Right
Just
over
had a
our
3D
heads.
view of this.
We will.
Back again.
Yeah.
Got what?
I don't even know if these people have power here. Like, I mean, we literally have a tornado coming through. These people don't even have power. This is a bad day for them.
Yeah.
We can clearly see where our tornado's at.
It'll
Be
back
right in here.
there, I think. Whee!
Fairly strong one too. This is definitely a ripper here. It's not just a little weak baby F0. This thing's got some power.
Yeah,
And it's pretty big too. It's got really big, large, tight rotation. I don't know why they're not upgrading this. We're in North Mississippi, just south of Memphis, Tennessee. We're near Tyro, Wyatt. Let me pull up our map again so we can.
Doing great, bicycle.
We're about to come out from
Memphis is right here. Tornado's like right on top of Bar right now. About to be right on top of Bar. There's not very many houses out here, so that's good. Looks like it's kind of staying in the country too, slightly. A tornado would probably be south of Bar. Let me switch back to the NROC so we can get like our actual. Oops, I messed that up. See our exact location of this rotation. So the tornado would be on the ground, like right in this yellow area right here, which is basically right inside this little hook. So it looks like it's staying south of Bar. There is some houses out here though. It looks like, you know, it's out in the country, but there's definitely some houses and stuff out there. It looks like this thing's about to go across Crockett Road and Bar. It's heading towards Tyro and Wyatt. I mean, these towns, looks like there may not be a lot of houses in the towns, but it looks like there's a lot of houses out in the country here. So if you're on your phone and you're getting an Amber Alert for this thing, take your shelter because it looks like it's on the ground. There's Wyatt right here. Looks like there's a big church here in Wyatt and some more houses. A lot of houses out here. We got a big church here. We have a Wyatt Family Life Center and a Baptist church, both. And this thing's gonna basically make it across the Wyatt Tyro Road here in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
Yeah, how you doing, Scott? Hi, Wingcrest. I'm pretty sure this thing's on the ground right now. They haven't upgraded the warning, but just by looking at the radar, it looks like it's on the ground. I would treat it as if it was on the ground. There were really strong velocities here. I've shown you guys the 3D view of this thing. This thing's looking scary. And we could have a slight debris signature here possibly, but I would definitely treat this thing as if it was on the ground. They haven't even renewed the tornado warning on this yet. I mean, it's a giant rotating supercell. I think this is on the ground, guys. This really looks like it's on the ground. I'd feel better if they upgraded this warning. Hey, how's everybody doing? Dragonfoot, Bentley, Misty, how you guys doing? Welcome in. So we're looking at, it looks like most likely a tornado on the ground here in northern Mississippi, just south of Memphis. I'm like 95% sure this thing's on the ground right now. I mean, it's showing all the signs but a debris signature. Let's see how close this rotation is. So this is about 3,000 feet from the ground. I mean, unless we have like I don't know if anybody's chasing. We have Tornado Pagey. She's over here. She's over in oh my goodness, that's a good view of that storm. My goodness. This is not the storm she's on. She's over in New Mexico.
I need to get a wide angle shot on this.
And I'll pull up the storm that she's on.
What's wrong?
Go back there. You'll see.
Oh. Here, gimme.
Takes 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, you're
In
fine.
Air Force Base. Yeah, this is the one. This one's almost into Texas that she's chasing. This is the Texas border right here. This is the North Texas border. Let me zoom out so you can see where we're at.
The last.
So this is Texas. We got two severe warning supercells here.
Why?
They're both in New Mexico right now, working their way into Texas. Chasing this one. One's got a good bit of rotation on it too. It's really far from the radar, but
What?
he sure has a really good view of this thing.
I would go like F8 and then a faster shutter speed and then
So far from the radar sight on this one. Like our rotation's pretty broad still. I mean, if it would drop one, it'd be down in between there.
Okay. I'm good.
Ready?
Might be able to switch to Amarillo radar very soon on this. Let's try the Amarillo one. Misty, I don't know. I haven't watched any
Never seen
out
such a thing.
or any broadcast or any kind of forecasting for tomorrow yet. We have let me pull up our threats for tomorrow though. Let me go back to our really bad looking tornado warning storm. Keep it right here on top of this one. We should actually go look at those storms that are over in South Carolina doing tons of damage. I know I have SBC Outlook open somewhere in here. Let me find it.
Is that toolbox still open?
Yep, here it is. Okay.
Alright, so up here we have a choice. Do we want to go east?
So this is for tomorrow. So we have a 5% chance for tornadoes tomorrow. Basically in Texas, Oklahoma, parts of Kansas, with the 2% in the green, parts of the Arkansas, and a lot of Missouri.
Out of that east, you got
And then for Virginia too as well. We have a 5% in Virginia. That's for tomorrow. And then rain for tomorrow. Let's pull up the rain for tomorrow. So yeah, we're supposed to be getting a lot of severe weather in these areas tomorrow. Basically the yellow is where you're going to see the worst. We got some red over here in Texas. Here's our wind. We can look at day 2 wind for tomorrow. So this is our wind threat for tomorrow. Obviously purple being the worst. So we're going to see a lot of wind in this area tomorrow. You're going to see quite a bit of wind on the East Coast as well tomorrow.
Thing is rotating like crazy.
And then today's tornado threat. This is what today's tornado threat is.
I want to see the structure from now.
And that's where our one
'Cause it's nuts.
tornado looking storm's right up in here.
I would do whichever one the best chasers are doing.
And Pagey's chasing the one up over here in North Texas. We're going to get a better view on that storm here in a little bit as the time goes on. How you doing, Norm Hill? Welcome to the stream. Oh, hyphenage.
I mean,
Hyphenage. However you say it.
because it's moving almost due south.
yeah, it's moving south-southeast.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming again. I just like, oh, it's time to go live. We got all kinds of crazy stuff happening, guys. Looked at the radar. I'm like, holy smokes.
So we can drop due south and then go north.
I didn't even see tornado warnings. I just, I actually had the radar in this area, and I looked at these storms. Holy smokes, these things are about to form a tornado.
Yeah.
This one was looking a lot worse, but it doesn't look nearly as bad.
What do you think?
Let me go back a couple scans.
No, it's not up to me. You're the driver.
It's looking really bad right there. This one was looking much worse. Doesn't look nearly as bad.
Whoa. Oh, I see that.
This one might be, this looks like this one's getting weaker. It's still got a hook and some good rotation, but it looks weaker than it was.
This east.
And it's literally on top of Tyro now.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Right now, if you can join our Discord, can you link the Discord? I can link you the Discord. I have all the websites and stuff linked in there that we use.
Oh, it's up again. Shoot.
I have everything linked mostly in the description as well too. But I'm using this one right here. What I'm looking at. This is GR2 Analyst. I want to go look at these storms that's taking out all the power in South Carolina right now too. I just can't believe how much damage this storm's still doing. Is anybody in front of this storm in chat here in South Carolina? Does anybody live anywhere over in this area?
Well, if we go east right now, we're gonna lose out on the structure for a little bit.
Holy crap. Let's just go south.
I just cannot believe how severe this storm still is and how much damage this thing did in Georgia.
And everyone's still like stopped right now.
Looks
so
like the
maybe
worst
they-
damage we had too was up here in North Georgia, and the severe part looks like it's kind of going south.
I know.
So let me pull up the
Yeah.
power outages here again. So this is all the houses that recently just lost power in South Carolina. This was 937. Page is getting some really good views, so I'm gonna pull this up too.
South was a good option, I think. So too. Guys, I'm sorry, I have to put you
16,000 houses in Richland County, 29,000 houses in Lexington County, 12,000 houses in Aiken, another 1,000 in Barnwell. See, how long was this refresh? From 937, it is 9:59 now. 9:47. It looks like we just recently had another 300 houses lose power in Calhoun. 34,000 houses in Lexington County. Wasn't it just 20,000? 17,000. So another 1,000 houses lost power in Richland County. So this thing is still doing some really serious damage in South Carolina, which is kind of crazy because all of our damage was north. Looks like the storm just kind of basically started going southeast and doing a bunch of damage in southern North South Carolina. No, not really. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's moving this way, it looks like.
Yeah. Now what?
My goodness, I just can't believe how much power has been taken out by this storm.
Oh my god.
It just blows my mind.
Look at this sun.
Unreal. Unreal. This rotation doesn't look nearly as bad. I mean, it's still rotating.
I can
I don't
see
know if
it.
this thing's on the ground anymore. East Florida?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know about East Florida. I haven't even looked at Florida.
See what I'm seeing?
It looks like this thing still might be on the ground, to be honest. Still have a really good signature rotation right there on the 3D view. This could very well possibly be on the ground still.
I may have heart failure.
It looks weaker. Looks weaker than it was, but it still looks bad. Oh, it's just I just take a cut of the storm out and I look at the 3D view of it. I can't say it because it's on the other side of my screen. But if you're coming Discord, I can teach you something. Let me link the Discord. Yeah, invite you to Discord. I can show you later off stream, maybe. I can stream the whole screen. There we go. And Pagey sure has a good view of this storm out here. That's so pretty out there with the sunset. I want to move a radar over there though, so we can see what's going on with those exact storms over there. Amarillo, Texas. All right. Oh wow, this thing's really cranking up over there in Texas. Yeah, this is the one she's looking at right here. That's the storm we're seeing out on the top right. I'm gonna hop over to South Carolina though. I want to see this storm that's taking out all the power. This radar decides to load for us. Come on, you can do it! While we're waiting for that, I don't know if that radar site got taken out. It's not loading. I mean, we can see it on the National Weather Radar. Really, I want a much more detailed view of this storm because you can't really see much data with this big radar here. I think our radar site got taken out here. Try Charleston. We'll see if Charleston's working. Okay. So Columbia, South Carolina radar site is not working, it seems. And these storms don't even look that crazy, but they are doing so much damage today. Read what the National Weather posted here for the latest one. At 9:35 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along the line, extending from near Lake Watery Dam to near St. Matthews, moving east at 55 miles an hour. Hazard a 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I mean, that's probably understating it. I mean, seeing how much power these storms have taken out today. So, I mean, these storms mean business. They are doing a ton of damage. Expect damage to trees and power lines. I just cannot believe. I mean, I just streamed 3 hours ago, and I cannot believe how much damage happened in the last 3 hours from the storm. And it really doesn't look that bad. Like, this just looks like a couple of rain showers coming through. But these storms are just, they're hitting hard. And this one line of storms right here is right over top of this radar site down in South Charleston. You live in St. George? That's okay. Let me know what happens there in St. George in the next 5-10 minutes, because I'm curious. I want to know how windy this is. I'm going to show you power outages in South Carolina, all right? Like, this storm is absolutely crazy. This is the worst, I'd say, the worst straight line wind damaging storm I've seen in all year, probably. We had one up in Tennessee that took out a bunch of power, but this one's just, it's unreal. We're still up to date, 9:58 p.m. Yeah, so I don't know what county is St. George in. Let me check. Let me check Florida real quick for you. It's like nothing in Florida. Just some rain showers here. We got a couple little scattered rain showers down south. Nothing really going on in Florida. Pensacola, though, that's up north.
How far is that? To get back on the east road?
I did see some storms over here near New Orleans earlier, but it looks like they've fallen apart. It looks good in Pensacola, too. Basically, this is our tornado threat up in here. Those couple storms and these guys out here, pretty much. But these are just straight line damaging winds coming through here. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I just think the winds are basically, National Weather has it warned from here to here. They're saying the worst winds are from here. I just don't know. I don't know if this storm's doing damage down here too or not.
Yeah.
We can check on our next update. So we got a county here, here, and here.
It's running into some stuff on the.
So Allendale is 153 houses that lost power. There's Allendale. So that storm already went through Allendale. Just went through Hampton too.
Yep. Yeah. I
Hampton
already
got no. Okay, so I think this storm's not doing any damage. The southern one. So I don't think we have much of an issue with these down here, although they look severe. It looks like most of our damage is staying up in this area here.
There's not even roads like we were on.
And this is all heading towards, yeah, St. George is about to get hit. Holly Hill, Utawaville, Santee, Manning, Somerton, Alculo, Paxville, South Sumter, Mulberry, Marysville, or Maysville, and Osceola. You guys are all about to feel some serious wind coming. And this thing has been knocking power out all across the United States. Let's go back to our tornado warning over in Mississippi.
Is this like a town?
It's still rotating pretty good.
Not sure.
Still have a hook on it. This thing could still possibly be on the ground. We just don't have any chasers out here, I don't think, today.
We're almost to the point where we'll turn onto 54.
Doesn't look as bad. Looks like our green here, the velocities are only kind of rough down at the lower levels, but it's not coming down from the top very well. This could possibly be on the ground still, but doesn't look as bad as it did.
Why don't they just have dirt paths?
You know, our red velocities are definitely touching down well in 2 areas. So this one just went through Cairo and Wyatt, and it's heading south now towards Abbeville. There's tornado warning storm, and there's Oxford down here too. Oxford's pretty big. My goodness, let's take a look at that. Yeah, this is coming close to Oxford. It looks like it's going. Looks like the tornadic rotation is basically going right in between Abbeville and Oxford. May touch parts of North Oxford. Looks like it's right on top of the lake in Abbeville now, or where it's at. So it might be raining fish in Oxford here in a little bit. There's a tornado. It might suck up some fish and drop it down on Oxford. It's Washington, North Carolina. Honestly, Matt, I don't know anything about hurricanes at the moment. I'd have to take a look. I've just been keeping up with the current severe weather. Generally, I'm live in the moment and checking out what severe storms we have going right now. I do need to get caught up on the forecast and stuff outside of the United States or any hurricane stuff. I just really haven't looked at any of it lately because we've had severe weather every single day. I was up till 3 in the morning last night with the 100-mile-an-hour winds in Kansas and Oklahoma. It was pretty crazy.
No. You stay.
He knows what the horn means.
Okay.
His friends are in the fence looking at him.
Yeah, like what a dummy. Wow, look at that old building.
I know hurricane season is basically around the corner.
Oh my gosh, where did all these trucks come from? You're still good, my way.
Tornado season should be over, but it's still going.
I got one more coming this way.
You're still good, my way.
We just went through Cairo.
You're still good.
There's a tornado. It's like right over Sardis Lake right now. It's Abbeville. I just seen it. There's Abbeville. So Abbeville's about to start seeing the rain any moment if it's not raining there already.
Keep jetting.
It looks like the tornadic rotation is going to go south of Abbeville, though, approaching State Route 7 soon and coming close to Oxford.
We're about to cross into County.
Oxford comes out pretty far, so we could see this rotation coming down through here in the north part of Oxford. The way it's looking.
There are little roads.
Let me slow down the animations for a little bit so we can kind of get a good look at what this thing's doing.
And then they pick back up and they end again.
I was gonna say there's one that goes to Channing here, whatever this road is.
They'll do whatever.
Hamel, Illinois. I don't know if we have anything going on in Illinois. Good look. We had a tornado warning up in Indiana a little bit ago.
Did that?
I don't know. What do you think?
If that's real.
Says it is.
Well, I guess what happened out here is after these big rainstorms came through, did all this damage and taken out the power here, the sun came back out and recharged the nadir juice in the atmosphere. I just want to show you too, guys, this area right here where this tornado warning is.
Oh my god.
We're in North Mississippi. This area just got hit a little bit ago. Go back to our power outages here.
Just looks like fields.
So we just had another 900 people lose power in Sumter.
Apparently it's real.
Just because Google says it doesn't make it real.
I know.
Hey, did you tell me what county you were in? Was it Darrell?
It is. Take it.
I guess somebody told me they said they were in Georgetown in South Carolina.
767. But that's after the storm.
So yeah, this storm is still doing its thing. Let me show you where our tornado warning is.
We need to. Do you think this is why?
Yeah, see.
Or,
Luckily, they didn't get hit that bad. Only 700 people lost power in Panola County, but that's where our tornado warning is now. That storm that just went through and it's doing all this damage actually hit these guys earlier today. I cannot believe how bad Georgia got hit in the last 3 hours. That's unreal.
Let me just pull up on the shoulder right here, okay?
Yeah. We're northeast on 54.
Pull up, and pull up Tornado Pagey again real quick. She's out in New Mexico in that one storm. We gotta go check out again here in a minute.
Here we go. I'm gonna do the stream.
yeah, thank you.
Probably, Matt. I would assume so. But then, like I said, we seen 120 mile an hour winds last night that weren't even in a tornado. That's stronger than a weak tornado. I know they have machines that can generate really strong winds too. Like done those tornado testing for the facilities, but tornadoes, yeah, they're just disgusting, man. They can completely flatten a house. They can tear it off the slab and leave nothing left. They can basically make a blender of debris. Like the winds aren't even the most dangerous part of a tornado. It's the fact that they've ripped everything up and it's basically like a blender and just like it takes bits of metal and wood and it just basically blends a house apart with all the debris that spins around in them when you get a really bad tornado. It's still looking like it's really holding together and it's got a decent hook on it. And it's getting closer to Oxford and Abbeville. Bad thing with this storm too is it's kind of out in its own up in the front, right? So it's got all this nice dry air all to itself. And this one looks like it's starting to hook back up too again. Yep, we're starting to get a bit of rotation over Sledge here. This one's trying to form another tornado. Yep, we got a bit of rotation in 2 spots up here. We still got our rotation in this one right here. You can clearly tell this one's trying to produce a tornado. I'm pretty sure this was on the ground. I'm pretty sure the storm was on the ground for a little bit the way it was looking. Back up here near Bard, Tyro, I'm pretty sure this thing dropped on the ground for a little bit. Let's go back up to Tornado Pagey. I want to see storm she's looking at over here in New Mexico. What happened to our Oklahoma City blip? Just disappeared? We just had a little storm here in Oklahoma City.
What do you think?
Holy smokes, it gave up. Chickasaw killed the storm. You see that, right? It just disappeared right in front of our eyes. Chickasaw did it. A little bit left of it here. That's good news for Oklahoma. What left of that storm is nothing. I don't know. It looks like we have something else forming up here, though. We'll see. All right, let's go where Pagey is. Who doesn't know who this is? This is Tornado Pagey. She's like the MVP of storm chasing this year. I think her and her husband ride around together, and they are literally on top of every single storm. I have her linked in the description if you want to watch her full screen. Well, this is the storm that she's chasing right here. Okay, yeah, so she's now in. The storm's pretty much in. Most of the storm's in Texas now. Well, we got a good bit of rotation up here, and then by Dallard. Look at that. I cannot believe watching max velocity and how many times Tornado Pagey's been on top of every single tornado this year. It's just unreal. She's everywhere. They do a really good job. I don't want to say just Pagey because her husband is a part of the team, right? They're like a couple duo thing.
He's windy.
Yeah, this is the storm we're looking at right now up in our stream. Well, how you doing, suburbanite? Matt, any tornado can be dangerous. If it's on the ground, it just really just depends on the wind speeds, how strong it is. Don't really matter what shape. I don't know what this thing's going to do. Definitely looks like it's capable of producing a tornado, but I don't think it's about to drop one anytime soon. Does? I don't know if that's just, I think that's just the rear flank downdraft back there. This one's pretty much out in the middle of nowhere, too. There's out country cruising right now. Let's go look at the other one up here. We have another storm up here. Not sure what our best radar would be to see this one. Probably none. This one, yeah, this is like smack dab in the middle of nowhere. I can try the Colorado radar real quick. Hey, Paul, I'll check Ohio here in just a minute. Yeah, this one does got some rotation on it. This one has a ways to go, though. Wait. There's the Des Moines in Colorado, too? Oh, no, that's New Mexico. Yeah, so it's got a little bit of rotation on it. We can see a little bit of a rotation here. It's pretty far up there still. Come back to the Texas radar. It looks like she's driving into the hail core right now. All right, let's go take a look at Ohio now. Yeah, anybody's just tuning in. This is the storm that's literally taking out all the power here. This storm has basically come all the way across here. It's done nothing but take out almost 1 million houses of power today in the last, I'd say, 8 hours or so. The storm has been really nasty. Looks like we got a lot of rain coming into Ohio. Nothing tornadic, though. Lots of rain coming in Ohio. Lots of rain here south. Near Frankfort, Kentucky is a lot of rain. But our tornado threat is pretty low today. Let me pull that back up again. Anybody new that's just popping in? So this is our tornado threat for today. We have a 2% chance in these areas, so we have a really low chance for tornadoes today. I mean, we basically have the tornado warning in this green area, and then there's the other one that Tornado Pagey's chasing the one up in here. I mean, Texas really is the best place to chase because it, you know, lots of open area. It's real easy to view the storms, and they're always usually really big. Let's go back to our tornado warning, though, in down here in Mississippi. Hey, they dropped the tornado warning on this. I don't think they should have dropped the tornado warning because it's still got a lot of rotation right here. But see our hook right there. I'm actually surprised. Look, it's getting stronger again. I don't know why they dropped this tornado warning. We shouldn't have done that. This thing really has a possibility of dropping a tornado. Could be on the ground right now, to be honest. There's a very tight couplet right here. I mean, that's very, very bright, tight velocities right here. They really need to put that tornado warning back on immediately because this is... There's no reason this thing shouldn't be tornado warning right now. Unreal. The 3D views are a little behind, right? This is from a couple minutes ago. We don't always see this up to date. Like clearly this thing's about to drop a tornado again. You can clearly see where it's dropping down at, right in here. There we go, our tornado warning's back. Thank you, National Weather. That's where our storm is. You can see our hooks right where it's dropping down. Right in here. Honestly, I think this thing could be on the ground again.
Still can. That's crazy.
I mean, this definitely passes for being on the ground right here. Got the NROT signature. We got the velocity signature. Don't see a debris ball. I mean, this could be a little bit of debris. Is there any chance for South Carolina? No. South Carolina is done. Like they're gonna have to take it out of America because there's not gonna be anything else left. Just kidding. Just kidding. South Carolina is still getting hit really hard, sadly. I want to get another update on our power outages out here in South Carolina.
Right in here.
I don't know if our worst part's here. We're gonna find out here in a minute. Let's get our warnings up. Let's go to South Carolina on the actual radar. So yeah, this big bow echo right here is basically where our big warning is still. 10:24 p.m. That was 1 minute ago. Severe thunderstorms were located along the line extending from 6 miles west of Aolu to near Holly Hill, moving east at 70 miles an hour. 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Expect damage to trees and power lines.
How long are we used for? 36 miles. 36?
Yeah,
So
that's all
I
we
believe
got.
this thing. Let's refresh our power
That's all we
outages.
got. It's making me very sad.
I don't know if Sumter County had power outages earlier. I want to say this thing's finally getting weaker, but I don't know for sure. Because every time I come back and I see, holy smokes, we have a whole bunch more people lost power. So we're at 140,000 people without, 140,000 households without power from this storm here in the last 3 hours. Just the last 3 hours. This storm was just starting to come into South Carolina. It was in Georgia when I was streaming 3 hours ago. So all this has just happened in the last 3 hours. Unreal. Not only that, like looks like they're fixing the power quick in Georgia
It's
though.
gonna be pretty after dark.
We were up to 250,000 people without power in Georgia, but we're starting to fix the Atlanta area. It's pretty quick. Got some good workers over there in Georgia. Louisiana, Larry. Let me check.
They've been
Not a
about
thing
the
going
same
on in
height.
Louisiana right
Yeah,
now.
maintaining.
Well, this strong.
Got a really tiny little shower right there. That's it.
But yeah,
These are our tornado warning storms right in here. Let's go back to that tornado warning. Yeah, it looks like it's broadening out again. This storm's basically on top of Abbeville now. The worst part of it. So this thing decided to stay north.
and I just don't understand why there isn't a south road like right up. It would be perfect.
Yeah, this thing really didn't make it much south. Our rotation's really right on top of Abbeville now.
And like these all end in the heat.
I think that thing probably this thing probably touched down on the ground again for a little bit. We got a really tight couplet right here. We're a gate to gate shear on like 4 or 5 blocks right there. I'm pretty sure that thing probably dropped touchdown again. Xtina, how you doing? Getting dark, Texas, guys.
My hand.
Getting dark where Paige is. We're still chasing the storm. All the way out here. Storm doesn't look too scary. It was looking pretty wild a while back, but just really haven't seen any really good signs of rotation out of it. I mean, you definitely got some rotation in it, and we got a lot of hail, but I don't see any. I haven't seen any big tornado threats out of it yet.
They all end.
You've got a new storm. Looks like it's forming up here by Cactus. Where'd that come from? Let's play this out. No, that's been there. This little guy's rotating for sure, though. A lot of rotation on that one. All right, heading back to our tornado warning. It's not moving very fast. Feels like it was moving faster. Feels like it's going slow now. Took like 3 or 4 scans to get across that lake. This thing's almost through Abbeville. They'll have really good signs of rotation, though. Read what they have on it now. Tornado and quarter-size hail.
Flip it around this way. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't say it's an actual tornado. It says hazards could be a tornado and quarter-size hail. 9:22 p.m. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Lost Hills, or 9 miles north of Oxford, moving east at 30 miles an hour. So yeah, it's only moving along at like 30 miles an hour.
I thought maybe it would, but
Creepy Crayon, how you doing? Where's Coldwater Lakeview? You gotta tell me the state. If you're concerned about an area, make sure you type in the state too.
yeah, it's okay. I did.
First thing popped to mind was we had a Sweetwater in Kansas last night that got hit. I like the storm might be getting weaker too. Hard to say. Looks like you're about to have a storm merger as well. The other storm's starting to get really close to it. Yeah, look at that. Look how big it was. This thing's getting torn apart right now. You can see it as the scans go by. Getting much weaker. This storm is probably going to lose its tornado threat here very soon. Looking at it, it's losing all of its power. Crazy. It was just a big old supercell like 30 minutes ago. Now it's just turning into a little gust of wind. It was really big back here.
Yeah.
This will probably be the last tornado warning on this storm, the way it's looking.
I was just saying.
Yeah, I love them. They're awesome, aren't they, Elizabeth?
Nope.
I just noticed because I was looking. I was like, man, where'd all this thing used to be big?
My arm, and then try again.
Like back in here, you see it?
It's
Looking
just
all
working
big and
for
solid,
me.
tons of red in there. And as we go along, it's just getting spread out here. It's getting ripped apart, it looks like. Yeah, look how small that severe area is here in the latest scan.
Starting to get a headache.
All this. This is the only strong part of it left here. Rotation's dying out in it too. Still tornado warn.
Every day around the same time of day.
Got a little bit of rotation in this one, but it's looks like this thing's getting ripped apart too. I don't know what's going on out here, but it looks like both of these storms are getting ripped apart. Oh, we got another big one up here by Memphis. Wow, that's a big storm. I didn't even look at that one yet. Don't really see any rotation in it, but that is a big supercell. That's a huge storm.
Whoa. I have one of these coming.
No rotation in the storm at all, though. Does look like it has a little bit of strong winds in there, but that's about it. Go look at the storms out there in South Carolina again. All the troublemakers. I wonder if they fix this radar out here yet. They look like they're getting weaker. This radar site, I believe, got taken out by the windstorm. It won't work. Yeah, it's still not letting me connect to this radar site. Try KLTX. Still have this last warning on it here. Still saying 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Expect damage to trees and power lines. We're most likely going to be streaming again tomorrow by looking at our tornado threat for tomorrow.
Can I have some of that brioche? Thank you.
Still looking strong.
Can I just scan it quickly?
How far are we away from North Carolina? Myrtle Beach. So this thing's actually heading towards Myrtle Beach, I think. Tell you what, Myrtle Beach has been getting a lot of bad weather lately. Let's see if the power outages have gotten any worse. 142,000 households without power now in North Carolina. The last game was 1032. I think this storm's finally starting to get weaker after all this damage it's done. I think the storm's finally starting to die out. Saying that now, but I don't want to come back and see a bunch more damage.
I think we'll be able to get around.
You want to see a big storm, go to Washington and Charleston. There's a huge one. There's a huge one building. Oh boy. Glad they're fixing the power in Georgia quick though. Well, I think this thing's dying out. We're only down to one warning left. I think maybe the worst of it's just like right in this area here. It's where our last warning is.
What's it moving at now?
They haven't even renewed it yet. The storm's out in front of this warning.
It says 33.
That's what I'm checking right now. I was wondering if it might be starting to go.
Yeah, this one, I don't know if they're going to let this expire or what.
Well, there's little canyon roads that end like through here.
I don't know if anything's coming to Maryland. Yeah, let me, we'll go back to our national weather radar thing. I mean, there's all kinds of rain going up this way. Well, this was just the biggest storm that basically took out all the power. We have our tornado threat in this area here, and then possibly back here in Texas. But I think our threats are kind of dying out at this point. It looks like things are calming down. We still have this one warning here in Mississippi, just south of Memphis, Tennessee. We do have a really big storm on top of Memphis. Let's see what the warning says for this. Wait, we have a severe destructive warning in Texas. Okay, so yeah, this one in Memphis has a severe destructive warning on it. Let's see what they are saying about it. The severe thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warned area, therefore the warning has been canceled. Blah 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 blah. Okay. At 9:27 p.m. Well, this is like an hour ago. What? Anyways, they're saying this says 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half dollar size hail coming in this storm. That's literally on top of Memphis right now. So Memphis is getting some wind. Is there anybody here in Memphis seeing this thing?
Yes. Is it?
Was it the one from earlier?
This thing's still tornado warned, but I think this storm's just about done.
Right north of Adrian.
I mean, this thing lost its nadir juice.
Oh, you know what I bet it was?
It was a really big, scary-looking supercell.
The cap rock is?
Not anymore.
That's where it starts.
Oh, okay.
I bet the old storm ran into the cap rock and started to go up again.
There's just lightning everywhere.
Yeah, our storm is actually intense.
Take a look at the life of this storm. Yeah, there's nothing left of this thing. Holy smokes, it's so little. That's our tornado warned one, this one right here.
There's nobody with a view of this because it's literally like you're either like
That thing was a monster.
or waiting for an Adrian or Vega.
Guess we can look at where we thought we seen a tornado on the ground here.
Nobody bailed early to get to Adrian because the sunset was the peak.
Yeah.
So everyone bailed at the same time.
Right down in here, we thought looked like there was a possible tornado on the ground.
I think.
Oh, we switched to ammo.
Yeah, it dropped back down again over there.
Everybody's still sitting at that.
That's when they re-warned the tornado warning right in there.
Oh, maybe they're just shooting the max on it.
And it lifts back up. We don't have anything hanging. Oh, we got a little bit of something hanging down there again. Two little areas still hanging down there.
And how far away?
I mean, it looks like the storm's still trying for not having any juice left. It's still trying to hang in there.
No.
Oh, my.
An NCS.
This poor little storm.
Sprites periodically, but they
I think this is the first time I ever felt bad for a storm.
Oh, okay. It's always like an
Just wants to be a big, strong storm.
nuts.
tomorrow will
Not anymore.
one of
It's just a rain shower.
days of the year if there's a event. I don't know that.
A lot of flooding. We do in Ohio. I get a lot of flooding here.
Little I know about sprites, I bet you Paul is
How many flood warnings do we even have right now? I only have one flood warning right now.
That's amazing.
I'm not even sure where it's over, all the way over here. Special marine warning is canceled. Yeah, there's no flood warnings right now, probably.
My goodness.
Tornado page is cruising along in the dark now. Barely see anything. It's so dark in Texas at night when you're not near any towns. All you can see is like the reflectors on the road, and that's it. Hey, lightning, you can see now. I'll go back out and look at the storm that she's on. I don't know if she's even still chasing it or basically going to bed at this point or heading home. There was a storm out here near the New Mexico-Texas border that they were chasing.
The handstand picture look good?
This is where it's at now.
The handstand look good?
Oh, I didn't even look that far back.
It wasn't in front of a tornado.
This one's got reported 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts too.
Oh, that's the
Really haven't seen much rotation out of this yet. Seen lots of hail though. We're saying everything in Texas maintains tons of, well, just lots of big hail. It seems like we always have big hailers in Texas. Lots of hail inside this thing.
Seriously, lose my lens cap.
Was the lens cap something that fell?
West Virginia, yeah, West Virginia. It's always raining.
Not a single
You're really close to Ohio. I know what you deal with. I'm near Cincinnati, so yeah, West Virginia's not too far from me. Yeah, we get tons and tons of rain. Let's take a look around again. I think we might be done with the threats here. I mean, these were the storms are why I went live again. Looks like they're about done. Still have this big giant storm in Memphis though. This thing's a monster. I don't think this one could go tornadic though, because it's way too far north. It would have to come south to do anything. But this thing does have 70-mile-an-hour winds. Probably got a lot of damage happening in Memphis right now. Thing's just a monster over here. Check the power outages in Memphis. See if this thing's doing any damage over there.
So it is warned now for 1.75.
345 households lost power in Shelby
They
County.
never did. I reported it, but they never warned it for anything bigger.
Nothing too crazy.
Oh, it did. Oh, okay, good.
I'll go back to and check South Carolina again real
We're
quick.
huge.
Sumter has 1,241. Last update was 1032. It is 1045. No, we haven't gotten another update on it again yet. But we still have this storm out here. Let's go back to South Carolina real quick. All right, so they let our last severe thunderstorm warning expire in South Carolina.
Whoa.
You know, these storms really never look that threatening either. Like, they just look like thunderstorms, and I just cannot believe how much damage they did today. It just blows my mind. You know what I'm wondering is, I wonder if these were the same storms that were up in Oklahoma and Kansas last night. It's probably a really high chance that these are the storms that went through Kansas last night, because I just couldn't believe it. JTMKB was in here with me, and we were looking at 120-mile-an-hour winds in Kansas last night. It was absolutely unreal. The craziest thing I've ever seen. They had 3 tornado warnings on the whole front of the storm because the winds were just so crazy.
I know, that last load.
Yeah. Things are looking good, guys. Let me go take a view around the United States real quick, see if we got anything else crazy happening. This one looks like it's getting pretty big up there in New Mexico. And we got this one over here that Paige is chasing. Just a bunch of hail. Looks like we got some more storms coming in from Mexico. These were our tornado warning storms. There's the big one that's on top of Memphis. We should probably go take a look at this one real quick. We got a pretty big storm over here in Arkansas. That's a pretty good sized one, actually. That's a really big storm. Let's check that one out closely. Got tons of rain. Oh my god, I don't want all this rain in Ohio tonight, guys. I could the lake finally disappeared in my yard and it's about to come back. Look at Indiana. Holy smoke. Indiana's going to be raining all night long. And of course, West Virginia, you're always going to get rain no matter what.
Is that what that Well, this thing got a new hail.
I'm going to check, before I shut down the stream, I still want to check this guy out. This thing looks pretty strong out here. I'll make sure there's nothing tornadic happening out here. Let's go look at that one. Make my way over to Arkansas. Got a severe warning on it. Thing's looking pretty strong. We got a lot of radar interference here, so I can't use this radar. Have anything? This one's kind of in a bad spot.
Its top's poked through to
Really?
50K.
Really?
Got a lot of hail. I can't tell if that's rotation or hail right here, because where it looks like there's possible rotation, there's a lot of hail too. So hail could basically misinform the radar for rotation. Got a lot of hail here. Wow, it's 2-inch size hail in the storm.
I bet a lot.
Goodness. I'm gonna try this radar too. We have like 3 radars that are somewhat in the vicinity but really far away. This one isn't any better. I think that was our best one. Fort Smith.
Well, stream chat someday.
Stark County, Indiana.
Bryce is doing that very best he can.
Hey, Miss Irritated, how you doing?
None.
So we got a lot of hail in this storm. If anybody lives in Arkansas out here,
Is this gonna be like great?
looks like it's moving across southern Arkansas with 2-inch size hail. See what our warning says on it too. It's moving east at 25 miles an hour, hazard 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. It's clearly bigger than quarter-size hail since this warning, but yeah, we're seeing like up to 2-inch size hail in this thing now.
I usually like.
Don't see a tornado threat in it though.
I don't know. I always think because it was just.
That's a pretty big storm.
Grady day 1 or Grady day 2?
Every day of Grady. Grady day a million. It was like.
Is it raining up in Indiana?
No, just
North Carolina, it's coming.
move this.
You still have a whole band of rain coming through up here in North Carolina from this big storm today. Hopefully it's not that windy.
That thing is still coming.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of rain coming through the storm. It's probably still going to be windy, just hopefully not as bad enough to take out the power like it did. Because we keep checking the power outages here.
Lightning maybe.
Things should be right over top of Sumter County and Clarendon right now. Let's get another refresh on it. 1044. Okay. So it's updated.
To Adrian.
So we're still at 1,200 houses without power in Sumter, so it hasn't gotten any worse. Only 4 people lost power in Clarendon, so the storm's definitely getting weaker.
Yeah.
But they took off the warnings. We're not losing nearly. I mean, it's not like back here where we got 10,000 houses without power in Newberry. Over half the county has lost power in this county. I think the storm was absolutely ravaging South Carolina today.
In half a mile, turn right on.
I mean, it only looks like our severe parts are here. Basically, where all of this is heading towards Mons. Is that Mond? Monk's Corner,
Thank you.
St. Stephen, heading towards Andrews, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach area.
We're gonna have to get fuel in Vega.
It's moving fast. This storm's moving at 70 miles an hour last I seen.
As soon as you get down to 40 in Vega,
Hey, how you doing from Virginia Beach?
2 days ago.
Oh, I was going to check Indiana because I know you're up there camping up in Indiana. Oh my goodness, Miss Irritated. Yeah, it's going to rain all night long. You can't escape the rain, Miss Irritated. You can try to run any direction. You're not going to get away from it. I guess if you start going northeast and go to Canada right now, you can get away from it. Yeah, we've been down in Texas a bunch today. We even have a streamer down in Texas. Tornado Paige's down there. She's in Channing, Texas right now. She was following the one storm that we were looking at down there. Not much going on down here, though. We just got this one. This is the storm that Paige, she was. I don't know if she's still chasing the storm or not. I think they're driving home now. But they were on this storm right here. That's really the only supercell in Texas right now. Yeah. That's the only supercell in Texas. Yeah, you're doomed. Indiana's doomed.
Yeah.
You guys are getting watered down tonight in Indiana. Might as well just get a boat if you live in Indiana, just so you can live somewhere. Because your house is going to be covered in water. Just kidding. It's just rain. Yeah, this is our only scary looking storm in Texas, and it doesn't even look scary. I mean, it's got big hail, but that's just normal, right? DVD size hail is small in Texas. Not really. I miss big hail, but that's it.
I reached down. And
So,
I didn't
okay.
see anything.
I don't think she's chasing anymore because she's enchanting.
No, I don't think so.
So she's back in town over here. So they're probably driving to the hotel. They're probably done for the night. I don't think they're going anywhere because we have big storms in Texas tomorrow. They're probably going to stay in Texas tonight. Let me pull up our threat for tomorrow. So this was our tornado threat for today right here. Tomorrow we have a pretty big threat for tornado. Tomorrow might be crazy. You'll see. So we have a big 5% chance. So we're probably going to see some big, crazy, large tornadoes in the 5% area tomorrow. Just because of whenever you get a 5% in Texas, Oklahoma, it's always big, right? Just because everything's bigger in Texas and Oklahoma when it comes to storms.
That is.
So at 5%, we're probably going to see some really big looking storms on the storm chasers tomorrow. We got a 5% here. Then we got a little bit of air over here in Virginia. We got a little 5% chance in Virginia. I don't know if we'll have any storm chasers in Virginia tomorrow. We'll see. Yep, this is for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't look bad at all, to be honest. I kind of feel good about this storm right now because it looks so mild. I mean, it's definitely carrying a lot of hail, but this thing doesn't look like a threat at all.
Looks like that.
How can she see? I hear her driving, but I see nothing. I can see a little bit. The headlights on? All I see is the lightning flash. That's it. Maybe the camera's facing out back. She's in Harley County now. There's her radar.
Yeah.
She might be trying to look at it still.
Whoa! You ask and you shall receive. Did you see that?
No, I only saw the hand.
I hear her
It
husband
was
talking.
right there. Yes.
I wonder if someday initiated over here or
So I'm 99% sure I'm going to see you guys tomorrow night.
Again.
Take one more look at the storm down in South Carolina or Mississippi that was tornado warned.
Oh boy.
That storm's still pretty big on top of Memphis. It's almost all the way across Memphis now.
you asked Sarah.
I want to check the power outages in Memphis again, see if that did any damage. I know it's listed for 60-mile-an-hour winds, but well, we got a little bit of rotation right here by Sardis. Look at this hook right here starting to form.
My best lightning photos ever is from October 2021.
This is what's left of that storm that was tornado warned for a while. There's nothing left. This thing's completely falling apart.
And then some of the photos I just
Yeah,
sent you.
it's just a little blip now.
Yeah.
Have turbine strikes.
Oh, okay.
Let me link our Discord again. I'd love it if you guys would join our Discord with us. We have every single streamer in the Discord listed. So anything you need, we have it in the Discord. Let me actually pull it up here. So we have all the weather streamers right here. We have all of them linked. So you can come in and you need a streamer to watch. We're all linked in here. Then we got all the, here's Tornado Page right here. You can just click on them, watch their streams.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have basically all their apps that we have, like GR2, that's the one I use weather-wise, Radar Omega. Then I even got the one linked for national weather.
Yeah, I did that. Wait.
And of course, we got our power outages and outlooks. We're adding more stuff to the Discord, but we're working on it. I can link it so you guys can join if you want. Come in and basically, if there's anything bad, you see any bad weather, you think we need to stream, you can post it, or we'll be talking about it already. So we're always in there talking about the bad weather before it happens. You know, like pretty much, we stream when there's a storm, a bad storm about to hit a civilized area. Basically, that's when we go live. I'll go ahead and link it. And the link, I don't know if the Discord link works in the description anymore. Oh, thanks, Miss Irritated. But it's basically like the chat room for YouTube when we're not online. That's the best way to explain it. But you can still chat in it when we are online, obviously. But like,
But
I think I bring it back up too. So let me go back to the channel that we were in. So we got like a severe weather channel right here. So here we are, we're like linking storms and looking at them, right? So we need to go live. We got a tornado, so we're in here talking about the storms.
read their discussion.
You just get better moisture. There's a lot of sit that's going to try to build in on top of these things. If I had to imagine.
This thing might get tornado warn, guys. I was just about to, I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit. This looks like this thing's spinning up right here. We might have another tornado warning here any minute. Got a really strong rotation right here, right by Sardis. These velocities have really tightened up here in this last scan.
Supercell threat into late tonight, and an evolving low-level warm advection regime may help to maintain ongoing storms or develop new cells later tonight. Effective shear will continue.
This is it. This is still in North Mississippi. We have another storm rotating pretty good here.
Becomes slightly elevated, and an isolated severe threat may spread southeastward with time later tonight. Given the isolated nature of the ongoing threat, the need for additional watch issuance is uncertain, but trends continue to be monitored.
Pretty much not in a very populated area. The storm just went through Sardis, though. There was a town there.
I told you. I told you.
It didn't when you told me.
I don't know. The way the
Sardis is pretty big. So this storm just went through Sardis. It's rotating pretty good. It's just southeast of our Sardis, basically.
Like a weird.
Pop up.
Yes.
Protect the brand. Close market. Protect the brand. Going southeast.
We're gonna get a really.
A lot of houses out here too. So this tornadic rotation is like right on top of Edward Street right now. Just outside of Sardis. Yeah, but it's tornado warned now. They just tornado warned it. Edward Street, Edwards Road, take cover. Protect the brand, take cover.
We'll like get around like this forward flank rain.
Guess it's a hole in the ground.
View of like the
They have a company inside the hole of the ground right there, it looks like. One house here though. We have a new tornado warning, guys. It's about ready to call it the night, but these storms want to be naughty again. I mean, this storm's probably going to get ripped apart just like the other one did. Just because it's in the same area. How you doing, Mark? It's still pretty big.
It's been a slow person. Yeah, that was. Cause look.
from a couple scans back, but it's really kind of tightening up right in here. If it drops a tornado, it's gonna be like right in there.
What in the world?
We'll check another 3D view on this here in a minute.
Why?
But the rotation's gotten much tighter since this 3D scan. And you can compare to what you see right here to what you see now. The reds are much brighter, greens are much brighter.
Yeah. Are you eating brioche?
No, I'm chewing gum.
Oh, dang.
Got a tornado warning. Southeast of Stardust going out Edwards Road. Not a tornado, but a tornado warned storm. Could be possibly producing a tornado soon. I don't think this threat's going to last very long just based on what happened to the other storm out here. So we'll probably just get a tornado warning out of this for a little bit, and it's probably going to get ripped apart just like the other storms because it's heading in the same direction. But apparently we do have a tornadic rotation on this thing right now. Reese, this is GR2 Analyst. I have it linked in the Discord if you want to join up. It's free. Discord's completely free. You don't have to pay for it, right? Literally all Discord is just like a free chat room. There's nothing you pay for. But I have it linked in there. I can link the Discord again. It's also I also have it in the description. If you go in the description, yeah, I realize I've been promoting our Discord, but I don't think I've told anybody that's free. There's no fees or nothing. You basically just join up and you're in a chat room. That's all it is. But you got to have the app. My son they have like Discord Nitro. My son has that. I don't have it though. I've been using Discord for years and I've never got paid for it. So you can just like you can stream in better quality and stuff on Discord if you pay Discord for it. But you don't need it. Purple line is our tornado warning. We have a tornado warning right here in North Mississippi, south of Memphis, right here.
I figured once we turned like this that we'd have a really good view of it.
So this area is in our tornado threat for the day, so this is kind of pretty obvious why we're having this out here. You know, we're in a favorable environment for tornadic rotations tonight. Pull up. This is for tomorrow again. I'm gonna show you guys. This is our tornado threat for tomorrow. Got 5% chance in the red, 2% chance in the green, but tonight's threat is very mild. I didn't think we were gonna go live at all today, but we did have a big massive storm take a bunch of power out in southern United States today. So just have a real small area for a 2% chance. And basically too, when you see just like a 2% chance, like maybe the strongest you'll see is like an EF0 or an EF1, you know. It's very rare that you'll see a big, giant, strong tornado when we only have a 2% chance with the green. There's lots of colors they have, right? So the worst you get's like a purple, a 30%. I've seen a 45% once, I think. But yeah, if we get up into 30, 45% warnings, there's a chance you can see EF4s and 5s, right? You know, it's pretty rare to see a 30%. That is very rare. We see the 15% pretty often, though. Yellow's basically when you get a 10% yellow ratings, when it's like, okay, it's going to be, you got to really plan for anything 10% above. You really got to be prepared. You got like a 10% higher in your area. You know, if you're in a mobile home or a camper, you need to make sure there's a strong building or somebody's basement you could go into if it's in your area. But if you're in the 2%, the 2 to 5% chance, you're pretty much good if you got a house, right? long as you're inside of a house away from windows, you're pretty much good because the tornadoes usually won't be strong, except for in Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, like a 2 or 5% can be really strong in those areas. But pretty much everywhere else, yeah. I mean, we've had some crazy off the wall situations. Sometimes, like we had a hurricane coming through Florida last year, and we actually saw like an EF4 in West Palm Beach last year. Right, it was only because of the hurricane. Right, it wasn't from normal thunderstorms. But we did see some really strong brief spin up tornadoes in Florida last year from a hurricane. So we do have some crazy situations like that happen every once in a while. But like generally, you'll never see anything stronger than like an EF0 or an EF1 in Florida in most cases. Hey, Miss Irritated, I will see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Astronomy kid, what's going on, buddy? Hey, make sure we tell people that Discord's free when we link it. I haven't been saying that at all. I completely forgot to tell people that Discord's free. I just linked it again though. It looks like our storm finally chilled out over in South Carolina. Still got this big tank over here near Amarillo. I haven't seen any new power outages in South Carolina. And I think they dropped all of our severe warnings over here. Still got a pretty good rotation on it here. Trying to wait for this thing to die out over here. Not really in an area of concern. It was close to Sardis, but now it's pretty much out in the country right now. It is starting to get closer to Taylor and Oxford, but I don't know if it's going to last that long. We'll see here. See how fast this one's moving. It's moving east at 35 miles an hour. Okay. Definitely has a good chunk of rotation there, though, still. It's like tornado pays, you still drive around looking at lightning. Decosa, Texas. I'm pretty sure they're done chasing. I think they're just going back to the hotel. See what y'all bot's doing. He's live.
we
Reowies.
still haven't received any felt reports, which isn't too surprising given its remote location.
I don't
The
know if
good
you guys
news
ever
is,
seen
the
that.
event has been reviewed by the experts, and the alert level remains green, indicating a low likelihood of impact. We're not currently tracking any major aftershock concerns
Right
for
now, we
populated
have
areas.
a
That's
tornado warning in south of Memphis in northern Mississippi. It's kind of out in the country right now. I have the map pulled up here. So it's kind of past Edwards Road at this point. It started to spin up right around Sardis, and looks like we're like halfway to Oxford now. The rotation's kind of in this area now, roughly somewhere in that area. Thinking this thing's gonna fall apart, but it actually looks like the storm's getting a little stronger, to be honest. But with how this storm's kind of merging together right now, it's probably gonna die out and basically recycle. Just looking because we had a little bit of hook here, and you can see how that part of the storm comes around in front of it, basically blocking the inflow. I think all this is going to have to get sucked into here, and it's going to have to redo the circulation. But we'll see what it does here in the next couple of scans. Or this could just make it stronger. We'll see. We haven't taken a 3D view of it in a while. Let's do that. Still a pretty big storm. Oh wow, that's a really good view. Look at that. Look at those velocities. That is so neat looking. You can see it kind of wrapping around right here and coming back. That is really neat. Honestly, this thing could be on the ground. Honestly, with you're looking at this, we got this little much right here, and it's meeting right here. There's very high possibility this thing might have touched down for a little bit. We could have something on the ground there. As you can see where we got the red and the green, there might be something on the ground right in this area. Or at least when the scan was done. This is like a couple minutes ago. So that possibly could have been on the ground right there. Slide over our velocities. It's if it is on the ground, this is a weak one. It's not strong. There was a possibility it did touch down there for a little bit. Simple Heats, how you doing? South of West Oklahoma. Yeah, you're in the threat tomorrow. I'm sorry. Yup. Oklahoma's in it. So is Virginia. So it's getting sloppy now, like I said it probably was gonna do, because it just basically ate a part of the other storm. But it's still rotating here. It's kind of broad. Keep an eye on this thing, see what it does. The storm's big too. I mean, it's got some size. So our tornado warning storm's out here somewhere. It just got completely shredded apart. But this one's pretty big. Like, I mean, this is a big storm here. It's this thing could be a threat if it gets its act together. Just gotta keep an eye on it. My guess is though it's probably gonna get ripped apart. I'd say we got like a 20% chance it's gonna do something, 80% chance it's gonna get ripped apart. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know, Simply Keats, to be honest. I just keep track of the tornadoes that are happening. So, I mean, the patterns I've seen, I can tell you basically. All right, so if we zoom out on the United States here, like we have to, basically tornadoes are all in like this area during tornado season, pretty much. Yeah, you probably come up here more, Nebraska too. Yeah, it's at a little bit more. It's about this much. We see tornadoes like all in this area during tornado season, and like this tornado season lasted longer. It feels like, and then in the winter too, you might see some tornadoes every once in a while in the winter around here. I mean, probably Tennessee too. So sometimes in the winter you'll see some tornadoes in these areas at random times. That's pretty much how I see the tornado seasons. So yeah, you have a small chance of having some winter tornadoes in these areas, just depending on the weather, right? Because it's just kind of how the weather is in those areas in the winter. It doesn't get too cold, doesn't get too hot, and it definitely favorable in those areas sometimes. That's what I see. I haven't seen any videos about it moving east though. I mean, it seems like we always just have tornadoes all over the place. Yeah, definitely right in here. I say this is where we see most of all of them during tornado season. I gotta make it bigger. There you go. Like my drawings. I mean, the world changes, right? Like we know that the Earth basically has the Marianas Trench and all that. It's like it's basically eating the Earth on one end and it's spitting out near Earth in the other area. So everything's like always changing, right? And like the axis changes, so there could be all kinds of crazy stuff happen. I just don't know what exactly is going on with where exactly the tornado seasons are. So we got a severe thunderstorm warning on this one now. This one's pretty big too. That's a pretty big storm. What happened to the one that was over top of Memphis? Pretty much got scattered out over here. Memphis is still seeing some pretty big thunderstorms though. Oh, I wanted to grab that one really awesome website because Y'allbot was talking about earthquakes. Said we just had a magnitude something earthquake, but let me grab this website. This looks awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's a really neat website. I'm guessing Y'allbot's kind of programmed into it. She was just talking about. Oh wow, they actually have one in California now. And literally, somebody is basically streaming the California seismograph live right now. That's nuts. This is new. I haven't seen this yet. But there's like an earthquake website that's all over the world and it's constantly playing the earthquakes, but I can't find it. Quakes live. It's missing. Oh, here it is. I found it. Yeah, this website's awesome. I'll watch this sometimes. I don't have any sound. You guys still hear me, right? Hold on a second. Yeah, my mic's working. Why don't I have any sound on YouTube? This website's really cool. Basically, if there's an earthquake anywhere in the world, it just shows it to you. I gotta make it bigger because you can't see it when it's that small. But like, yeah, right along here, you can see all the latest earthquakes. There's one in Japan, and it says how strong they are. So we just had one in Western India that was a 6.1. That's the one the Allbot was just talking about. And like, yeah, whenever the earthquakes happen, like this website basically just changes to the new one. It's really neat. I like this YouTube channel. I haven't looked at it in a while, but I watch this sometimes. Sometimes I'll be doing something and I'll watch it. Yeah, it's just showing where the because there's like earthquakes. There's like hundreds of earthquakes that happen every day, all day long. Because you could just see too, like how many earthquakes we had. This is just in the last, like, I don't know, an hour or so. So we have tons of like 3.0 earthquakes all over the place all day long. It's like the world's always changing. It's crazy. Sounds are pretty cool on that website too, but I don't know why my sound isn't working on YouTube. Any movement? Yeah, I don't know. Movement we got right here is this tornado warning storm heading towards Oxford right now. It's still rotating a little bit. It doesn't look too bad, but it's getting really close to Oxford. So let's pull this up. I mean, it still has rotation. It just basically went through a merger and kind of lost its momentum there for a second, but it looks like it's still rotating. It's not giving up yet. Let me pull up our map here. Oxford's really big. Good sized town. We have a tornado warning storm coming towards Oxford right now as we speak. My goodness, this is a really big area. Holy smokes. I believe this rotation is literally on top of civilized areas right now as we speak. There's a Walmart Supercenter. Let's I didn't think Oxford was this big. But like our rotation's like right in here. Yeah, more like right in here. Basically coming along this road here into Oxford. Let me get a closer look again. So it's the rotation's like right along 278 near ABC Learning Center, roundabout Oxford RV and Water Resort, heading east that way. I do not think it's on the ground at the moment, but it is rotating still. Still got a little bit of rotation on it. Looks really broad right now, so I highly doubt this thing's on the ground at the moment. Where's the hook? Right here. That's what's left of it. It just had storm merger. So if we go back to where it was formed, or where it started getting more into here, oh, that's the tornado warning storm that just fell apart about 30 minutes ago. Let me play along here. So yeah, our hook was kind of right in here. It started to form over Sardis. Right there's our hook. And then yeah, you see what happened. It kind of went through a little merger there. But basically, our hook got closed in on, so it's like blocking the inflow. But we still have rotation here, so see if it recycles or not. It looks really broad at the moment, though. Mississippi. We're in North Mississippi, south of Memphis right now. Another storm here, which we might see some more rotation out of this one here soon, too. Velocities are really broad right now. But would form one, I'm probably like right in here. Ring the cookout doesn't get hit. Was that somewhere where I was just at looking at? Are you in this area? Hee hee hee. It's working its way towards Walmart Supercenter right now, but I don't think this thing's on the ground right now. I don't really see any signs of it possibly being on the ground yet. It's still rotating though. And I mean, it's on top of a really big city. Like Oxford's huge. This thing stretches out. I didn't know Oxford was this big. I didn't know it was a big city until I looked at it. This is a large city. When you got a super Walmart, you're a pretty good sized store, pretty good sized town. But amazing when you're drunk. Oh boy. So quiet. Just gonna have to listen to Tornadic Pagey talking. I gotta hear some kind of noise in the background. I think she's done chasing tonight. She's still in Texas. Actually, they're not far from a storm.
Wherever.
I think they're done though. They're still out in Texas.
Yeah, there's a road A up here.
I haven't looked at the storm in Texas in a while, so let's go look at it.
I think. Is that nothing's showing up on there like ever? So
No, she's still right in there. They're still going.
Pin drop. It should be coming
Look at the
up
storm.
really
They're
soon.
little blue dots like right there. They're close to the storm
8.5.
still.
So
Tornadic Pagey is an animal, guys. I just don't.
0.4.
She don't stop.
And it goes that way and that way.
They're
So
right in front of the
whichever
storm in
way you wanna
Texas.
be on.
They're still right there. This thing's rotating pretty good now.
You were to the left?
Yeah.
This thing actually got some rotation now. Wow.
Sorry, I was thinking.
You're
Oh
fine.
no, you're good.
Or Enrod.
I
It's
think this is
picking up.
gravel. Is it?
A little bit of rotation here in the front of it now.
Okay.
How far back?
Yeah. How?
Far enough that lights from the roadway won't be.
There's another crossroads up here. I think, or like a farmstead, or maybe it's.
Whenever
Oh.
you.
What are those lights flashing in front of them?
Whoa! This is like a pond.
Still those lights flashing? That's crazy.
This is like a river.
Yeah.
That is so creepy looking.
It looks like there's a place up here if we want to turn around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the
I would be creeped if I was driving towards those flashing lights.
Yeah. I'm even down to get out.
Wait a
I just
minute. Hold on, this ain't a road.
It isn't? Oh, it's a house?
I don't know if that's rotation or
I see
inflow
it.
just really starting to ramp up in the front of the storm.
It's a house. But,
Yeah.
oh, a bun. I was gonna say,
Also, I won't object.
This thing might be trying to do something now.
Heat or wind farm foregrounds.
This is really soft.
Okay, let's just turn around here.
We definitely got some velocity signatures in the front of the storm by
I'm
Vega.
even down to just get out. What is it?
This thing might try to form a hook right now. Or start working on it with all these crazy inflows right here.
We can do whatever you want to do.
Okay, well,
So
I don't,
face y'all's
I don't
windows
wanna
towards
make the
it?
decision.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't even care.
That transmission shifts hard, boy.
Oh yeah. You should see how big it is.
Whoa.
Is it right here okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Should be.
Still looks pretty good over Oxford. It's still rotating, but I don't see like
Do you want to do that? Or are you busy?
I don't think there's a tornado on the ground at all here yet. But it's literally on top of a very populated area in Oxford.
That's really bright. All right, thank you.
I don't know how much is left of this thing, but
Oh, wait. Is that just from... Okay, thank God. I thought I was just getting rained on, but...
Oh no, I cleaned the windshield
yeah,
because
I think it was just overspray from that.
yeah, we went through a swarm of bugs.
Hey, he. You're in Oxford right now, right? Is it pretty windy in Oxford right now, despite this tornado warning?
Paige, use the thing that mounts it there.
I know I should. I should. I'm just scared to break the window.
No, it ain't gonna break it later. If it does, we'll get a new one.
I've driven down a farm road at like 90 with my camera mounted to the window before.
Really?
I was holding it for dear life,
Wow.
but
Are they getting hit by hail?
really tell where this
Did I hear hail?
is or any structure if there is.
Holy crap.
I'm glad that didn't CG because it would have blown out my frame so badly and I would have been upset. Also probably would have blown out our eardrums.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's like pointed in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it looks like the rotation's picking back up again, starting to get tighter.
I would point more left.
I know, but it's like not.
This thing might be a threat here again soon. I mean, it's still tornado warned, right? But it looks like it's trying to do something now, and it's right on top of Oxford.
What settings are you using?
They just dropped the tornado warning.
I don't know yet because I haven't gotten this right yet.
Well, say if you're from Oxford and you're watching, I'd say
Six,
definitely get away from the windows now.
7, ISO 100.
Go to the innermost room because this looks like the rotation's picking up now on this and starting to develop a hook again. They'll probably renew the tornado warning here any minute, but
Stop pivoting.
this is probably the first
One of the knobs.
concerning looking scan I've seen out of the storm in a while.
Shouldn't it?
Oh, you have at least 2 of the knobs loose.
Hey Tracy, how is it pretty windy in Oxford right now?
That had to be a CG somewhere behind us.
Oh, okay. Maybe someday I'll get this right.
Don't be nervous. How's the weather in Oxford right now, Tracy? I'm curious. I just didn't know, is this storm bringing a lot of winds and hail too? It looks like we have a little hail core here. You might be getting hit by some hail.
Not having the camera pointed at the sky while that is coming.
They just dropped the tornado warning on this, but they're probably going to bring it back here if the scan looks worse. The next
that
one.
sounds really big.
Our rotation signature is basically south of the Super Walmart now. So it looks like if this thing does try to drop a tornado, it's probably going to be outside on. Holy smokes, they're getting hammered right now.
I'm pretty sure this thing is about to.
Big hill, big hill.
Because the sheer amount
Drive, run away.
of river over there.
Oh, you're at the Walmart break room? Okay. So you're like right here.
Up here a little bit.
The rotating part of the storm is right here.
I have a feeling this thing's probably done.
So hopefully it doesn't turn around and come back towards you.
Sorry, I ruined it for everyone.
Highly doubt it will. It's probably going to keep going southeast.
In there.
What did you say?
I said, I'm sorry, I ruined it for everyone because I had to go in here.
Oh, I mean, this is literally how lightning chase works at night. You can be watching it happen the whole time, and then...
I was just curious if the storm was really windy too. That's
About that.
I know we've been dealing with a tornado warning and what's not,
Even
but
like, I'll drive like 300 miles in a night doing exactly this.
Oh my gosh.
this storm might be done soon.
And everyone will suddenly rain on me, or
It looks like it's getting smaller.
Or it dies. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Setting all the time.
I think the Sim's building in down here, probably. And because I just looked back at the radar loop. If you look at that little shire that popped up in front, as soon as it got south of 40, it evaporated. So I think the Sim's gradually working its way north.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the storm's getting weaker. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much south of you now. All the heavy rain's in through here. Walmart's like right here. So you're like outside of the storm area now. This rotation's picking up though, it's getting stronger. That's definitely an uptick. Got brighter colors right here. This is probably going to be tornado warning again, the way this looks here. This thing could be dropping on the ground now. It's definitely a double uptick in the velocities here. This is still really close to a civilized area, I believe. Like our rotation's basically down here by North Mississippi Regional Center.
For some reason, I did not realize that we were like 2 miles to
Oh yeah, on 40.
Okay, so there's our Mid-South Septic Center. The rotation's like right in here. Basically right on top of 7 South coming out of Oxford.
Gotcha.
Velocities didn't update. Why didn't the velocities update? What's going on here? We didn't get an update on the velocities here. Now they, oh god, yeah, this looks worse.
587.
You definitely want to take shelter if you're in South Oxford.
Yeah.
This just upticked again. This might be on the ground. This could very possibly be on the ground now. A really tight rotation here, South Oxford.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably just renewed it, just as it showed up on my
Get
screen.
a view of
There might be a tornado on the ground right now, Tracy.
But
What it's looking like right here, with very high chance there's a tornado on the ground now.
yeah, it does.
Good thing is it's way past Walmart. So you're up here at Walmart, up here. The tornado is down here, if there's one on the ground. So still quite a few houses down in here, though.
Lightning in a hot minute.
Yeah, they renewed the tornado warning.
Actually, it doesn't.
You look right here, we just got bright greens. We have really strong velocities inside storm again.
Yeah.
This very well could be producing a tornado.
You know, honestly, it's still maintaining, but
I bet it's
Barely.
literally just the anvil level cloud layer
Yeah.
saturated.
We can really see it start.
And that could be debris or it could be hail. One or the other. See, there's like a 75% chance this thing touched down.
Huh?
So you guys definitely want to be in your shelter if you're in southern Oxford.
See if we can see it start to spread out.
yeah.
Like that one in Lubbock.
Trying to see
Yeah.
what let me pull up our map again.
Dust blowing everywhere, and it shot up
This is
to,
in
like,
Oxford, Mississippi, guys. Anybody's just hopping in here.
64 to 84.
It was nuts.
You
Like,
might have a
that-
tornado on the ground on southern Oxford, possibly. Or treat it like it's just a tornado warning, but it's looked worse in the latest scans.
Lubbock?
Really tight rotation
Yeah,
here.
I think. I thought it, or no, it was Amarillo.
Was it? It was
I
Lubbock.
think
So it's somewhere here, right along
Amarillo.
I-7 south of Oxford in this area.
Yeah, it was.
So in between Memphis Airport Shuttle, Marquis Towing, Go Rebs Dental, South Larimer Street. There's tons of houses out here. Holy smokes. I hope it's not on the ground. Got a lot of houses in
Whoa.
South Oxford.
What do you want?
There was like crawlers.
Okay, the latest scan looks better. Latest scan looks a little weaker, but it's still rotating really tight.
It seems like impossible to get in front of this thing. That's how I felt yesterday too.
Our rotation looks like it's broadened out more in the latest scan, but it's still rotating pretty good. Yeah. There's a tornado on the ground. It's going to be right in here. Clearly see where our velocities are meeting together down here. Yeah, they don't always show, the correlation coefficient doesn't always show debris. There's lots of times I've seen tornadoes on the ground without the correlation coefficient showing anything.
Here's the zeros.
Oh wow.
And you wouldn't even be able to tell anyways because hail's in the way.
We do get a supercell initially.
Like even if it was on the ground, you got a bunch of hail that would contaminate it. So
What time does it initiate?
About 1 p.m.
Oh.
Alright, so I'm doing my breaks tonight.
Or check out. So
it looks really bad right here.
It won't take.
If it touched down, it did on this scan.
Assuming there's no funny business with that caliper, it should be easy.
Well, even if there is, we can get the other side done and run back up over Ollie's in the morning first thing.
Yeah.
Correlation coefficient is just another tool to basically say, yeah, this is on the ground for sure. But just because Yeah, you could still be on the ground even if there isn't a debris signature. I've seen many tornadoes without a debris signature. We've had tornado emergencies without a debris signature.
Her tries to initiate sales at 7 a.m. south of here. You see that?
It just depends what it's hitting, right? If it's on the ground, there's got to be stuff for it to lift up. It's crazy because I've seen debris signatures on little baby weak tornadoes too, so it's just weird. You never know. That's awesome. Get paid to sit in the break room. Oh.
Again.
Yeah, I mean, technically, Walmart's still inside. Walmart's right there. It's technically still inside the tornado warning, even though it's over here. The rotation. Walmart's just barely inside the warning. Don't tell your boss, though, if you want to stay on break. The thing is, tornadoes can do funky things. Like we've seen tornadoes hit the ground and then they change direction, right? It does happen sometimes. And those are the ones that usually catch people off guard. I know there was a couple storm chasers that lost their lives because we had a tornado turn around and come back towards them. And this thing's still rotating really well. Yeah, I want to say I probably only see a debris signature maybe on 4 out of 10 tornadoes generally. There's many a times we're sitting here watching a streamer with them chasing a tornado and there's no debris signature. It's just really depends.
Lightning left and probably some quarters left or whatever wants to come out of this thing, but yeah, we're gonna. We have to go back and help Connor put his brakes on.
Yeah, what are they doing about everybody that's shopping? They just let them do whatever. They only have to hide the employees. I don't think I've ever been in a Walmart during a tornado warning. Curious. I wonder what happens. They'd probably at least go on the loudspeaker and be like, there's a tornado warning. Walmart would be a really scary place to be in, though, if there was a bad tornado coming through. Because it's so big and open. Like, I'm not talking like a weak one like this coming through, but like if you had like a really big, strong tornado coming through Walmart, that'd be a really scary place to go because there's really like nowhere to hide. I don't even think they even have any basements at Walmart, do they? If all the customers go to electronics area. The storm is basically completely out of the rotation's completely out of Oxford now. It's almost to Denmark and Tula now. What's still rotating? A rotating area is almost to Denmark. This thing's still maintaining to rotate. The storm's surprising me. This thing's been rotating for a long time now. Thing's been rotating since all the way through Oxford. Now it's almost to Denmark. I thought this storm was going to fall apart by now. I was kind of hoping the storm would fall apart by now, but it has not yet. We still have really, really good area of rotation here. The storm needs to go to sleep. It's starting to form up much bigger hail core too up here. It's midnight too. That's unreal. This is 2 late nights of bad weather. Bro. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen any Walmart with a basement before. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're in a Walmart, right, and there's a really strong tornado to come through, it's like it's gonna basically blow all the shelves over. It's gonna rip the roof off, and you're just gonna be like inside a flying big shed of debris. It'd just be scary. I wouldn't even know what I'd do if I was stuck at Walmart in a tornado. I guess go to the electronics area. I guess they designated that would be the best place to go. This thing is maintaining its scariness, guys. I don't like the storm anymore. It's still rotating. Velocities are looking a little bit even stronger down here on this one end. Let's go back to our map and see what's down here in Denmark. I don't even see Denmark. See Altus. Why is Denmark not on the map? This whole area is still really popular. Okay, so Denmark's church. Yeah, there's lots of houses out here still, wherever this thing's at. So rotation's near Tula and Denmark Church. It's actually pretty much right on top of Cornish area. It's not showing on my radar, but this rotation's on top of Cornish. Right in this area near Cornish, right along State Route 334. But the rotation's completely away from Oxford at this point. The tornado warning's not even in Oxford anymore, so they basically moved it out of there. The storm just keeps going, guys. This thing doesn't want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep, but this tornado needs to go to sleep first. uh, yeah, Cornish is a funny name. There's a Dixon's and Burns right next to each other. Where was that at last night? There's a town named Dixon and Burns. It's still rotating really good right here. The storm's being a naughty storm. But yeah, if it was to drop, it'd be like right in here. Like our other storm completely fell apart out in the same area, but this one decided to stay the same way it's been going. I mean, this one's made it halfway across Alabama at this point, or Mississippi. We actually have more storms down here. I haven't even seen these yet. They're just coming out of nowhere. It's kind of taking the playthrough down here. So we had new storms convecting down here by Houston and Walthall. Got a lot of late night convection here. My goodness. Yeah, lots of late night convection out here. This thing is still not looking any better. It still is rotating very, very well. I mean, it's pretty broad, but I definitely think it's still a tornado threat. We'll have an area of rotation. It's almost on top of Tula now. The rotation's like right around here near Tula. A lot of houses in Tula. Tula Methodist Church. Tula Turf. The rotating area is really big. Kind of looking at Tula here. The whole area of rotation is basically right here. It's still near kind of Cornish. Like, yeah, kind of in this area here between Tula and Cornish now. I wonder if there's a wall cloud out here. I don't know if we have any big cities. I know there's no storm chasers out here. It's only like the only downside to not having storm chasers in the storm, it's like if you can see if there's a wall cloud out there that's a big lowering, we know that it's like storm could be really high up in the air and you just don't really know without any chasers out here. Let's see what okay, so this is at 6,395 feet is what we're seeing this at. Right in between two radar sites now almost. I'll check this one out real quick. See what it looks like from this radar site. Yeah, Tracy, good luck. Oh, we actually see this from 5,000 feet from this radar. We see it a little bit better from this radar. Really can't get much of a 3D view from this site. It's like a lot of contamination on that 3D view. I'm gonna go back up to Memphis. We're in North Mississippi, south of Memphis, Tennessee. I believe this is our only threatening storm right now. We do just have this one tornado warning. We have a big storm out in Texas, but I don't know if they're still chasing it. Tornado Pagey was out there in Texas. Yeah, this thing pretty much fell apart. The storm went bye-bye. I think that's what's left of it. Yeah, that's it. This storm fell apart. So I'm assuming Paigey and her husband went to bed at this point or went to the hotel. Because that storm fell apart in Texas. All right, let's go back to our tornado warning. Yeah, this storm's just being naughty. It just won't give up. Still got bright rotations here. Directly on top of Tula now, the rotation. It's not, I don't know. I mean, let's put it this way, right? This thing's rotating. It is tornado warning, but like the most we'll probably see out of this, if it did drop a tornado, it'll be like an EF1, right? So you don't need to be super concerned as long as you're inside a house, away from the windows and the innermost room. You know, you're good. You don't want to be in like an RV or a motorhome if it does drop on the ground, right? You want to be in a solid house. You know, if this thing does drop a tornado, it's not going to completely destroy a house. It'll just do some damage to it, right? So you're safe. You don't need to worry as long as you're in a house. So it's not. This isn't like a big major threat. Yes, it is tornado warned, but as you know, like I said, you're in a house, you're good. You just don't want to be caught in a mobile home in an EF1. I mean, obviously, you don't want a tornado to hit anywhere, right? But it's just not a life threatening situation that we're dealing with here. It's just it's a situation. Yeah, that's what it's just a situation. It's it won't go to sleep. The tornado needs to go to sleep, or the supercell needs to go to sleep. Like our velocities are getting brighter on en route. Like it's not chilling out yet. It's still going strong. Velocities look pretty broad here, but I mean it's still rotating really well, right? Just got a really strong rotation in that area. All I gotta say is there better not be another tornado warning after this storm. I don't want to stay up till 3 in the morning again. I don't know if anybody was here last night, but I was up till like 3 in the morning. We had 100-mile-an-hour winds and 100 to 120-mile-an-hour winds in South Kansas and North Oklahoma last night. Probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen. The news station. It was so bad that the news station was literally online last night. They actually were streaming live on YouTube as well. The news station. It was just me and the news station and y'all bot. I think it was the Oklahoma news station that came on. This is we're in south of Memphis in Mississippi, northern Mississippi, right here by Tocolopola. That helps you see where we're at. We're north part of Mississippi. Looks like we have a new severe warning on this storm out here. This one that just convected right down south of us. I mean, this It's pretty much a big supercell at this point. This thing's gotten all big. Let me bring another radar over here because this might be going for a while, guys. Let me grab Fort Smith. I'm gonna come over to this new warning we have over here. Let's look at this one. This just came out of nowhere. This thing convected in the last 30 minutes. It sounded like it to me too, so I was just like, whatever. I don't know if he was being a joking or what. I do talk a lot, right? I mean, I do talk a lot. He is right. So I was expecting these storms to fall apart. And instead, we just grow some new ones right here. So tonight looks like it's going to be pretty action packed. I don't know how long this threat's supposed to go into the night, though. I mean, this rotation looks really bad from this radar. Looks like things trying to drop. Toca-Pola, you need to get in your safe spots. It's coming your way. I don't know if it's a tornado on the ground, but it looks like it could be at any moment. You know when we watch the storm chasers and you see them like a tornado drop on the ground and pick back up a whole bunch? That looks like what this storm is doing. Never really does anything big and damaging. Coca-Cola got its amber alerts at least. We upticked again on the velocities here. Again, we have like hail in the way, so I don't know if it's on the ground, we're not going to get any debris signature. See this whole line right through here is just completely contaminated by hail. So, and the tornado would be like right here if it is on the ground. I'm in Cincinnati. I'm not far from you. I'm actually north of Cincinnati. I'm near Franklin in Middletown area. We're not far apart. Squad, have you joined the Discord yet? Well, you made the Discord. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing has a really high possibility of being on the ground. There's a wall cloud right now. This thing's definitely on the ground. But if anybody wants to try to find a camera out here, link could be the camera in Discord. I can pull it up on the stream. Let me add it. I'm gonna link the Discord. The Discord's free, guys. It's basically just like a chat room for weather and all the weather channels. I'm gonna invite you. I'm gonna send the invite code to the Discord in chat. But yeah, we basically were in here talking about the weather before it gets bad, so we have like a heads up, you know, when we're gonna go live. That's our Discord. I don't know if I can get a 3D view of this thing yet from this radar. I mean, this looks like a actually pretty nasty looking supercell now. I mean, this thing's really, it's really taken its shape. I mean, this thing looks like it means business now. It wasn't this big a little bit ago. Like we're having all that convection to the south, and this thing looks like it's making this storm stronger. So we could be dealing with could be dealing with some problems here soon, possibly, depending on what this thing does. I don't know what the deal is with this radar. I'm just not getting a good 3D view from this radar. We'll look at it from the Memphis radar. Just I'm not getting like proper 3D scans in the storm right now. I'm having conflicting scans too from two different radar sites. It still looks like a pretty big supercell from Memphis though. I mean, it looks to me like this thing's trying to drop a tornado. This thing could be on the ground. We might have a noodle touching down here. That was a 3D scan from a while ago, but the rotation's still here. I haven't even checked Oklahoma in a while. You had one storm in Oklahoma and it fell apart. And it's back. There was a storm that formed in this part a little bit ago, and now it came back and then it disappeared again. So you got one little storm. It's really hard to say what's going to happen in these hours now because we've been having storms convect all over the place lately. Because all these storms just formed right here. These are all new. Within the last 30 minutes, we just had another big supercell form here in Mississippi. All of this is new. This is all new. None of this stuff was here an hour ago. So we got a lot of convection going on right now. So it's really hard to basically predict for anything that's going to be happening here on out for the rest of the evening because, well, I'd say morning at this point. Well, I guess it's 10:15 in the Midwest, but it's midnight here at the East Coast. But yeah, we got a lot of new storms forming. And our tornado threat, let's pull up our tornado threat again. Kind of give you an idea of what we've been dealing with today. There wasn't really supposed to be much of a tornado threat today. This is for tomorrow, which is basically today. So yeah, this was our tornado threat updated at 9:30 tonight. This is what they gave us here. Just a 2% chance. Yeah, our rotating storms are right in here. Looks like we had a whole bunch, we have a bunch of new storms in this area right here, right now. So I haven't even looked at them yet. They might be rotating. And then tomorrow's tornado threat is pretty good sized area of 5% tomorrow. Let's read what they have to say here. I don't know what time this threat is supposed to start. Is it supposed to start tomorrow afternoon or is it supposed to happen this morning, you know? You could also watch a max velocity video, but you know, he's gonna say there's a EF5 coming to every town tomorrow. We have a huge severe storm coming tomorrow, guys. I'm just picking. I love max velocity. I just think it's so funny. It's how every time at every one of his videos, he always says there's a big horrible storm coming. Cracks me up. All right. I don't see any times in here. Says severe thunderstorms are most likely across Oklahoma and northern Texas to the Arklatex during the late afternoon and evening on Sunday. So it's not even saying anything about this morning. I don't know how late. Let's look at today's again. Let's see how long it's supposed to last tonight. Summary. A line of storms will progress across the Carolinas and will continue damaging gust of threat. So that's what we had. We had that line of storms go through and take out power all across Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, and Georgia. I mean, that storm just did a bunch of damage. We had almost 1 million people lost power tonight. And a brief tornado remains possible with storms across the portions of the Ohio Valley. Finally, strong storms may produce several wind hails along the southern high plains. It doesn't say when this is supposed to end, right? But as you can see right now, we have a rotating supercell right here in Mississippi. So it's not over yet, and we have new storms forming. So we're going to find out really soon if these new storms are going to be rotating too. I mean, technically, you would think this thing would be rotating if that one is right over here. But this thing's still really showing some really good rotation in here. Let's go look at all those new storms that are forming up all over the place because it's looking a little concerning. Kind of want to see what's going on out there. I'm going to move another radar out there to Arkansas. I guess we'll start with the Amarillo, Texas one because this storm fell apart out here. There's really not much left of this storm. Just a little rain shower now, so we're gonna move this over. We'll start in Oklahoma City and see what this storm's doing right here. Move our way over. Yeah, it looks like nothing. Looks like zero threat with that storm. Go to Shreveport. So this is one of the new storms. I don't know. It's got a hail core. Doesn't really look like much rotation here, though. I mean, it is rotating, but it doesn't look like any kind of like organized rotation. So this storm was not here an hour ago. This is a brand new storm. Another big severe storm over there starting up. We got a big old monster severe storm. This one looks like it might be rotating. Kind of got some hooks and some inflow starting here on these. So that's our only severe one. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter size hail. I mean, they say that on every single severe thunderstorm warning now. So I don't know what's actually happening out here. Yeah, if anybody wants to find some cams on any of these storms and link them in Discord, I will gladly pull them up so we can kind of get an idea of what's going on out here. I was kind of hoping the tornado threat would be over by now, but that's just not the case. This thing is still rotating. Looks like the tornado warning is going to end. I think they're hesitating to renew the tornado warning because they probably want to go to bed too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with national weather right here, but the tornado warning is clearly at the end of the storm, and it's still very clearly rotating very well here. So we'll see what national weather does. I mean, this storm too is basically going to suck up a lot of the nadir juice right here, right? This storm alone might kill the tornado threat from this storm because it could be sucking up all the nadir juice. So it may it might lose its rotation here because of that storm. Hopefully that's the case. Classic kitty shapes. Squad, we're looking at Airview State. Right now we're still in northern Mississippi. Like I said, we just did a brief look over and we got all kinds of new storms convecting all over the place right now. And this thing, the rotation's looking a little weaker. But hopefully they can let this tornado warning expire and it doesn't get bad again. And if that happens, then I can say we can go ahead and end the stream at that point. I'm going to hang out a little bit longer. Look at our power outages right here. This is from the line of storms that came through today. There's about 1 million people that lost power today. 140,000 in South Carolina. Let me refresh it. Okay, so it's down to 114. So they fixed like 30 houses, 30,000 houses. So that's good. This is where our storm came through. Just came right along through here. Started to get weak over here in South Carolina. Still 120. Ohio or Georgia was up to like 300,000 people like 4 hours ago. But it looks like they're getting all the power fixed in Georgia too. Alabama's looking a lot better too. There's like 200,000 that lost power in Alabama as well. Mississippi wasn't that bad. Looks like they got most of the power outage fixed here. Still like 7,000 households without power, but they got a lot of them fixed. Yeah, that storm was a monstrosity today. It was just a line of thunderstorms going through. I don't even know if it's still over there. We can look and see if it's still over there. Oh, that's pretty much what's left of it right here. Could be this or this. I don't know. But yeah, it basically ended over here somewhere. That's where the storm ended. I don't know if Oklahoma's clear for the night. I can't tell you. There's like storms convecting all over the place. There's just one little storm over top of Oklahoma right now, but there might be more stuff convecting out there. Like I say, this storm, this is a brand new supercell out of nowhere. This wasn't here 30 minutes ago, and it's severe warned already. And then we have a whole bunch of storms forming out there in Oklahoma and Arkansas. Like all these storms weren't here an hour ago. These are all new storms. Yep, these are brand new storms too, right here in Oklahoma, Texas line. There's a little blip right here in Oklahoma City. This is looking good, guys. I think we might be able to let this tornado warning go. It's looking really sloppy right now, so that's really good. So I don't want to go to bed at 5 in the morning. Then I gotta be like, I wake up at 3 in the afternoon and the tornadoes are already here. It's like I don't want to be awake where it happened. I mean, life will go on, right? I'm sure there'll be other streamers online if I don't make it on time tomorrow, but I don't want to miss it. Kind of looks more like it's not really rotating anymore. It kind of looked like it's kind of moving along straight line more. Doesn't look like a rotating supercell pretty much anymore. I think this thing's falling apart. Not falling apart, but the rotations. I think it's losing its rotation. Didn't have that rotating supercell look as much. Like right there, yeah, you could definitely see it. Like it was rotating more here. Got a lot more rotation back here, but in the latest scans. Kind of looks like the wind's just kind of blowing this whole storm out. Yeah, that's where our rotation is down here. This is all I remember. This is a little bit ago. We still have the rotation from this scan here, but it looks like things should be changing here, hopefully. Who do you think will win game 2 of the NBA Finals? I don't know. I don't even know who's in it, sadly. I'm sorry, I haven't kept up with sports. I used to love playing basketball, though. A rotation, what's left of the rotation's really big and broad, it looks like. How big this storm is. Kind of really blows my mind how these storms manage to rotate this late at night too. Like, how do these things even try to produce tornadoes when it's this late at night? Just baffling. Guess you just got a lot of warm air down in those areas. Pacers won game one. What's the other team? OKC Thunder. Is that a team? OKC Oklahoma Thunder is a team now. I've never even heard of that team. I used to sell beer at the Orlando Magic games when I was younger. That was so fun. I walk up and down the stands. I had Akeem Olajuwon farted on me in like 2003. I was going in for the pregame and they're like warming up. You know, we go in when you were selling beer in the stands. You would go in early before the game started. And you leave at the end of the third quarter. So you got to miss all the traffic. But I was down at the court floor where they're warming up, and I walked past. Akeem Olajuwon was like, and he looked at me and laughed, and I was like 2 feet from him. He didn't literally fart on me, but he farted right next to me. And just laughing at me. I don't know who he was sitting next to. I didn't know the other guy. But... yeah, I said I haven't heard. I'm not up to date with basketball. I used to love it. Like, I know Shaq and Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls and the Lakers and all that, but I've been out of the basketball game for a while. I love playing basketball though. I enjoy playing it more than I do watching it. I am manifesting Smithville EF5 Part 2. So, our tornado warning is gone, guys. So, let's do this. I say, let's end it here. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, if a tornado drops on the ground, I will be back in the next hour or two. I'll come back for that. But unless we have a tornado on the ground, I do not plan on turning the stream back on again tonight. But I really appreciate y'all coming in. Please join our Discord. We want more people on our Discord. It's 100% free. We just want more people to hang out with in there. Because we got to make our Discord big. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for coming in.